Relationships are tough. Whether you're in high school trying to ask a girl out to the prom, or you're arguing with your husband on how to raise your children, having a personal relationship with another person can get pretty messy. Now, imagine how much tougher things get when you throw in the added stress of having to constantly save, or even try to destroy, the entire world. It seems like there's a pattern of some seriously messed up relationships plaguing the world of superheroes and supervillains. So we've looked through some of the most unhealthy cases for our list of 10 shockingly dysfunctional superhero movie relationships. Superman and Lois Lane. Clark Kent and Lois Lane represent one of the most iconic couples in all of pop culture. But when you stop and think about it, their relationship is pretty messed up. For starters, he is an alien, and she's a human. But who are we to judge them cross-species loving? We do, however, have a problem with just how much danger he puts her in by having her in his life. Oh, and the fact that she cheats on him. Or, well, she thinks she cheats on him when she hooks up with Superman. This whole relationship is built on secrets and incredible amounts of danger. It's just really one big mess. And all of this is without mentioning the super weird bathtub scenes in Batman v Superman. Batman and Catwoman. While Halle Berry's Catwoman might be one of the most dysfunctional superhero characters of all time, the relationship we're talking about here is between Christian Bale's Batman and Anne Hathaway's Catwoman in The Dark Knight Rises. We understand the idea of playing hard to get, but this one might take it a little too far, as the two characters seem to not care for each other at all, and then end up saving each other's lives, falling in love in all what feels like a blink of an eye. She robs him, he stalks her, and they both ditch each other. What a classic love story! We aren't sure how their relationship might have continued after the movie ended, but we can only imagine it was a life full of conflict. Deadpool and Vanessa. Deadpool is one of the best movies of 2016 and totally took the world by storm with its raunchy humor and gory violence. Ryan Reynolds was absolutely perfect as the character, but what wasn't so perfect was Deadpool's relationship with Vanessa. The relationship begins in a very dark place and is filled with some very adventurous sex, but that's not what makes it dysfunctional. The messed up part about their relationship is Wade's inability to talk to Vanessa after his face has been mangled and he's become Deadpool. He follows her around, but he will not show his face to her, and this causes a lot of serious problems. Deadpool calls itself a love story, which may be true, but it's certainly a dysfunctional one. Scott Summers and Jean Grey. This is one of the most iconic and amazing romances of all time. In the comics, that is. In Bryan Singer's movie adaptation of the Cyclops and Jean Grey X-Men love, however, it's a bit more complicated. The two characters are involved in a very confusing and troubling love triangle with Wolverine that spans between movies and even timelines. In the movies, Wolverine is made to seem so much cooler than Scott Summers, which makes it all the more difficult to understand why Jean Grey ends up choosing Scott. Love triangles are dysfunctional by nature, and a super-powered one is no exception. Tony Stark and Pepper Potts. It is revealed at the beginning of 2016's Captain America Civil War that Tony Stark's relationship with Pepper Potts is over. This shouldn't really come as a surprise to anyone, as this relationship has been troubled for years. Throughout his solo movies, Iron Man was constantly putting Pepper in dangerous situations, and she was one of the main reasons why he decided to hang up his suit in pursuit of a normal life. That, of course, did not last very long, as Tony Stark suited back up as Iron Man for Avengers Age of Ultron, which was likely the last straw for him and Pepper Potts. We guess it can be pretty tough dating a world-famous billionaire superhero sometimes, so we understand why she may have left. Bane and everyone. If we're talking about messed up relationships, we have to mention just how dysfunctional Bane's relationship seems with literally everyone in The Dark Knight Rises. He is a badass dude with a message, but people seem to follow him like some sort of messiah. He has people dying in the name of his cause left, right, and center, and no one really seems to be bothered by it. In fact, they are more than willing. On top of all that, the end of the film reveals his true relationship with Talia al Ghul to be one filled with dysfunction and secrets. We're not really sure what it is, but Bane seems to bring out the worst in people. Black Widow and the Hulk. Ever since Avengers Age of Ultron, fans have been shipping Black Widow and Bruce Banner together. Maybe they're right, or maybe it's just the dynamic chemistry between Mark Ruffalo and Scarlett Johansson. Either way, this relationship is one that would certainly be dysfunctional. Even if Natasha has learned some tricks and lullabies to help calm the Hulk down, he is still a rage monster who could smash her to pieces if a domestic argument didn't go his way. Look, these two may be cute together, but we suggest that these two just stay friends and co-workers, as we believe that it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to dealing with an angry Bruce Banner. Spider-Man and Mary Jane. Even the iconic upside-down kiss in the streets moment can't save this relationship from being truly dysfunctional. Once Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man, he begins living a double life filled with secrecy. Not a great foundation for any healthy relationship. Not only that, oftentimes his double life causes Mary Jane to be put in danger as an emotional pawn being used against him by his foes. All of this on top of the fact that she already previously dated his best friend turned enemy, Harry Osborn, and you definitely have the recipe for one messed up relationship. Doctor Strange and the Ancient One. Doctor Strange has arrived to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and for the most part, people are thrilled. The story and visual effects in the movie are amazing, but one part of the film that left fans feeling a bit uneasy was the odd relationship between Dr. Stephen Strange and his magical trainer, the Ancient One. This might just be because Tilda Swinton is admittedly quite unique in her acting, or it could be due to the fact that her character is secretly grooming Stephen Strange to be the successor to the Great Sorcerer, without him even knowing. Whatever the reason may be, there is undoubtedly a peculiar vibe between these two that causes a quite dysfunctional relationship. Harley Quinn and the Joker. Although Harley was originally introduced into the DC world in Batman the Animated Series, the world really got to see her on the big stage for the first time in 2016's Suicide Squad. While Margot Robbie's outfit may have been distracting, audiences were quick to remark on just how dysfunctional and even abusive her relationship with Jared Leto's Joker was. The two are an on-again, off-again, explosive couple with power dynamics that are way out of whack. The Joker has her wrapped around his finger, and no matter how badly he treats her, she keeps crawling back to him. Not a great message for kids. While their screen time was limited in the theatrical release of the movie, the extended cut of Suicide Squad offers more of a window into just how problematic Harley's relationship is with the Clown Prince of Gotham. So there's our list of 10 superhero movie relationships that are seriously messed up. Do you agree with our list? Are there any other relationships that we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more fun videos like this one.